Hey yo, it's Big Zay Mac, the king of trunk music, liquor store all-star, and you tune in with the Rev and the Bell podcast. Get blessed on your way to work, you feel me?
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Rev and the Bear.
What's going on, guys? How you guys doing out there?
We are live from the at-home sports studio in beautiful San Diego, California. And
It's been a rough week.
it's been a really rough week. And
It's been a rough week.
let's start off with some really breaking news. 30 minutes ago, I think is when it broke.
Oh, so I kind of want to break the news on this.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So if you don't know, Kareem Hunt has been released officially by KC. Was on the exempt list first, but then released by KC Friday evening. And I just want to let all the fantasy goers out there, and even the whole entire AFC teams in the NFL, AFC teams, good luck. You now have a shot of actually beating the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes can't do it all. So there's that. And also fantasy goers, you might want to do some trades if you can still do some trades.
Yeah, so sorry fantasy owners, especially with playoffs starting next week for majority of the leagues.
That's terrible.
Go pick up Spencer Ware. And
I think he knew when, okay, so first off, it is totally wrong for any man in this world to lay a finger on any woman inappropriately.
Yeah, don't condone that at all.
I don't condone that. I've seen the video. It's pretty bad.
The video was rough.
It was really rough. And
Not Ray Rice rough, but it was still pretty rough.
Yeah, and I'm glad like the NFL was not taking it easy on this at all. Plus the Chiefs, I think, did the right thing. Is, you know what, we don't need this in our clubhouse. We don't condone this. Get out.
No, Andy Reid runs a clean program.
Yeah, very tight. And so I think the NFL did the right thing. I think the Chiefs did the right thing. Kareem Hunt, on the other hand, did not definitely do the right thing. And he might, we were talking about it earlier, he might be in the Ray Rice kind of situation. But he is better than Ray Rice. But I agree with you when we were talking earlier. I don't think he finds a job.
It's going to be real hard. He may have to go to Canada, pull a Johnny Manziel, and go to Canada for a little bit.
And there's no charges pressed, which is weird.
No charges pressed when it happened in February, but TMZ just got the video and released it, so probably more to come.
Yeah, I think there's an untold story behind this. If there's no charges pressed, but the video is very graphic, very, very graphic, and there's no charges pressed. There's a backstory to this, and whether Kareem Hunt is innocent or not, he doesn't have a job.
It's going to come out, and don't go to ESPN. Come to us, and we'll let you know what's going on.
Exactly.
And let's stay in the football world, but on a lighter note, it's championship weekend.
It is, and it's already started.
It has. Pac-12 championship is going on right now.
UW.
It is tied up at 3 between UW, University of Washington, and Utah. And I think Washington's going to pull this one out.
I think so too. I mean, I think both teams we've been watching other little sports talks and everything like that, and everybody predicts it's gonna be a low scoring game. And I actually agree with them.
Yeah.
You got two defenses that are playing well.
Number 1 and 2 in the Pac-12, respectively.
So this is gonna be a good matchup. If you aren't watching it already, I would definitely watch it. Even if it's on replay, I would watch it.
Yeah, it's a really good game. A lot of good defense. We're not going to go into the MAC, WAC, and Mountain West championship games because they hold no weight.
I just want to say a shout out to UAB. Back to back.
Yeah, Blazers, 2 years, 8-3 and 9-3.
Right.
So good job. Good old another power team from Alabama.
Yep.
But
I think that's a sister of Alabama, actually, the actual sister university. Whatever
it could be. I could see that. You could see it like a little channel.
Yeah.
But let's go with one that doesn't really hold much weight for playoff things. Number 2, Clemson versus Pittsburgh. Should be a straightforward Clemson win. They did struggle with South Carolina, which was a shock. But I think they get it. I think they get it done.
I haven't really watched Pittsburgh at all this year. But I've watched Clemson because they're always on TV and everything like that. Plus, they're the number 2 ranked team in college football. But I feel like they're gonna win. I'm gonna say big, but when I mean by big, maybe 14 points.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm not seeing a 20-point blowout.
I'm not seeing them struggling. I just see them being consistent, but also being conservative with the ball.
Yeah, I see them just driving, taking up time, and just kind of doing what they want. Really controlling the game.
Exactly, because they need to win that game in order to stay in the top 4. So.
And then there are 3 games that hold a lot of weight when it comes to the playoffs.
That's definitely true.
Let's start with the. We'll work our way from 6 down to 4.
6 down to 4. So you're gonna start with Ohio State.
Ohio State versus Northwestern.
Which I don't think it's gonna be close.
I think Northwestern can surprise some people.
No, I don't think so.
You gotta think Purdue they beat Ohio State by 29.
Purdue had, I honestly, I would say, a great year. A good bounce back year from what they came before. And Northwestern, to me, honestly, should not be in the top 25 at all. That's just me. I know their losses are hard losses, but I think Ohio State just rolling over Michigan has got them hyped too much, and the potential of them actually making the college football playoffs now, they're gonna win big. They're gonna go big in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I see Ohio State winning, but like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Northwestern made it tough.
Pull some little tricks up their sleeve.
Now let's go to number 5, a rivalry game for the championship, and one that
this is a near and dear to my heart.
You got number 5 Oklahoma versus number 14 Texas, and I think Oklahoma comes through and just destroys Texas.
I totally agree. I'm not going to say anything more, but I want to make a shout out to Baker Mayfield. Hopefully he's there at the game. Also, shout out to Kyler Murray, Heisman Trophy winner, calling it already.
Yeah, I can see that.
Heisman Trophy winner. But he's already still committed to the A's. He is still committed to the A's.
Well,
so I think honestly, I think that would be better for him, but that's off topic. But Oklahoma rolls in to the AT&T Stadium and just destroys Texas, who's been falling apart ever since they beat Oklahoma.
Yeah, I'm calling Oklahoma in a landslide. Now let's go to one that the spread opens up at 14. This is the spread for the SEC championship game between number 1 Alabama and number 4 Georgia.
Yep.
They have Alabama winning by 14. I think, as much as I hate to say it, because I hate the Dogs, I think it's going to be a close one.
I think it'll be close. I need Georgia to lose, though, because if Alabama still loses to Georgia, Alabama will still be in the top 4.
Oh, yeah. I need Georgia to lose because I don't like Georgia.
Well, I need Georgia to lose because I need Oklahoma to get in there.
I think we're both in agreement. We want Oklahoma in the top 4.
But people are saying, like, if Georgia loses to Alabama, they still stay number 4. There's no way that happens.
No, not with 2 losses. Not if Oklahoma can knock off Texas.
That's what I'm saying. And still, Texas is still a ranked team.
Yeah, so, no. Georgia loses. They're out. They're going to just another bowl game.
Honestly, I feel like Alabama will probably win by 14.
I think Alabama has the potential to go in there and steamroll, but
I think Jake Fromm, he is a good quarterback.
Yeah, he's a really good quarterback.
And he's young. He took him all the way to the title last year in the freshman year.
Yeah.
And then sophomore year, he's kind of do the same thing. But I think he's going to crack under this game because it has a lot more.
Well, my thing is, last year they were close because they had Jalen Hurts in at quarterback, and they brought Tua in, and he really kicked
it off. And this is the first dynamic quarterback that Alabama's really had.
Yeah, in a while. And now you got Tua for the whole game, so
I'm saying 14. That sounds about right for the predictions. I say 14.
I think it's going to be about a 10-point, maybe even close, maybe even a touchdown like the championship game was last year.
Also, Alabama's defense is on point. It always has been, but I feel like they're making a statement, and a lot of people don't talk about them, but they have, I think it's 2 shutouts this year.
Yeah, against LSU and Mississippi State on the road in Death Valley and in Starkville. So 2 really impressive shutouts.
They're not afraid. They're not afraid on the road.
No, they're not. So let's switch gears, and I'll take this one. MLS Cup, guys. I mentioned it about 2 episodes ago. It is playoff time for the MLS. The championship game is December 8th, 8 o'clock, ESPN. You have the Portland Timbers going into Atlanta to take on my Atlanta United, the Kings of the South. We beat New York. We're now the Kings of the East. Second year in the championship game in our home stadium. The best fans in the league. Set attendance records. We have the all-time scoring leader for one season. Tune in, watch it. It's going to be a great atmosphere, great game. Tune in and watch it.
I don't really watch soccer too much, but it is intriguing. But if I heard that on the radio or anything like that, I'd actually probably tune in and watch it. It sounds great.
That's what I was going for. And if you're not watching soccer, you better be at Big Zay Max show at Soma.
Exactly.
December 8th, same day. So
the Bear will be there for sure.
And if you are a soccer fan and you're in San Diego, go to Soma, bring your iPhone, watch the soccer game on your iPhone while you do the concert.
Exactly. And tickets are selling fast. I don't know how much are left. He was telling me there's not that much room left.
There was only, we already sold, what, 300 in the first, couple
2
weeks?
weeks. Yeah. First 2 weeks. So it's not a big place either. But the place will be popping. Hopefully you guys come out and see Big Zay. He's the one that actually does our little podcast drop before every show. And he's going to put on a good show, I think.
One more plug. He's going to be doing his King of Trunk Music album for this concert. And I listened to the album in its entirety last night. It's a great album. It's a great album.
So this is how, okay. So I listen to rap or like hip hop, whatever it may be, whatever genre. And these mumble rappers and everything like that. I like the beats, but I don't like the lyric. But with Zay's stuff, it's like I can feel like it's authentic.
You get it all, man.
It's authentic. When he says he's king of trunk music, and folks, he's from Mississippi, and you hear it, you hear his accent, you hear the beats, and if you watch the videos with it, it is everything meshed into just one great thing.
It's phenomenal, and go to the show. If you're not going to the show, check him out on Spotify, iTunes.
There's links below.
So please make sure you check it out. And that's our one ad slot for the show.
Yep. Hey, if you're interested in sponsoring,
please
make some comments, put some shout outs. Also, did we find out a winner for last week?
We are still looking at the winner. There are 3 that I am currently
they're
matching
like tied,
up.
basically?
They're pretty close.
Okay, so we're going to have to take a look into that. So if you're one of the 3 listeners right now that have been notified.
Yeah, they've already been notified.
So just be ready. You got a puck coming your way.
So actually, we'll give you I'll even give you the option. We have the San Diego Gulls puck, and we have a Vegas Knights Sharks puck from the game. So
both authentic.
Yeah. So
it's official.
It is official. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And I'm gonna turn it over to the Bear for the next segment.
All right, guys, listen up here. This is my kind of turf here. I live and breathe baseball, as you all should know already. So basically, winter meetings haven't even happened yet, but I feel like they've already started.
So much is going on.
There's so much going on. And a little background of me, I'm a big Mariners fan, and I stay loyal no matter how long it takes us to get to the playoffs, and I don't care. But right now I'm a little pissed. So if you guys don't follow baseball, I think you should get into it because trades happen galore, especially if you follow the Seattle Mariners and Jerry DiPoto. So the first topic we're going to talk about here, and this is pretty much our podcast today is going to be pretty in-depth into baseball tonight, right?
Yeah.
So sorry for all the NFL goers. Kareem Hunt ruined everything for you, so good luck the rest of the year. So.
Yeah, if you do want to check the pick'ems, check out the blog. I'll make sure to post that, and then I'll be doing a solo podcast later tonight just strictly for NFL pick'ems.
There you go.
So stay tuned.
So Edwin Diaz and Robinson Cano basically almost finalized to go to the Mets for Jay Bruce, Swarzak, and 2 top, they were first-round draft picks, and they're saying it's going to be Kelenic and Dunn. Dunn's a right-handed pitcher. Kelenic's an outfielder. Jay Bruce, to me, washed up, not even that good. Swarzak, worth the money. I like Swarzak. He's good, especially that we just lost Colomb.
Yeah.
That's another one. Got a catcher out of it, though. A good catcher, which I think is good. So the Mariners' goal this year was to keep a nucleus of young players, yet they're getting rid of one of the best, I'd say best in the game right now for closers. And fun fact for you, when Edwin Diaz came into the game and the Mariners were leading, they are 66-0.
Gee, what a stat.
66-0. And you mean to tell me you want to get rid of that? I'm sorry, Mitch Haniger. I'd rather put you up than Edwin Diaz. I love Mitch Haniger, and I'm glad he's staying too. But 66-0. I don't think that's ever been heard of in the NFL. Or MLB. Oh, my God. And another kind of input I think they're doing is they're trying to clear up cap space.
Yeah, I think they're trying to go for a big money move soon.
So Robbie Cano is still owed $120 million.
I mean, that's why he's gone.
Yeah. Bruce, who they're getting in return, is owed $28 million over 2 years, so $14 million a season. And then Swarzak is owed $8.5. So all in total there, that's only like $36.5 million compared to $120.
Yeah.
Edwin Diaz is at I think it's like arbitration like of 1.1 mil.
Yeah, he's at a low number.
So I'm hoping the Mariners do something with that cap space there and do something big with it. Maybe a surprise Bryce Harper. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, they did it with Robinson Cano just pulling it out of their hat. So I don't know how you feel about that. I know you don't follow baseball a lot, but
I think they're still losing a lot.
I totally agree.
I think they're losing a lot. I think the Mets get better and the Mariners get worse.
Yep. I say the Mariners don't have a season like they did last year.
It's a one-sided trade for sure.
So, away from the Mariners. So, the Nats today just got Yan Gomes.
Yeah.
All-star catcher. Known for his fielding, not for his bat. He's under contract, I think, for another 2 more years. But... what's his name? Kurt Suzuki is already there.
He also signed, yeah.
And he's there for 2 years, too.
Great player.
So I don't know what they're trying to do there. I get Atlanta did it with Tyler Flowers and Kurt Suzuki, like splitting times. But I feel like with these 2 guys, one of them wants a starting role and doesn't want to give it up.
Well, Suzuki is more of a bat.
Well, I figured maybe he could play first base.
Yeah, Suzuki's more of a bat. He's not so much a great defensive catcher.
Yeah.
Or a game-calling catcher. Game manager is the term, I guess.
And Yan Gomes is that guy.
Yeah, so that's kind of how it was with Tyler Flowers. Tyler Flowers is a great game manager, great defensive catcher. His bat, not so great.
Yeah.
So they're probably going to do what the Braves did and swap him out where they need a bat or where they need more of a defensive guy.
True. I agree with that. All right, so a big topic for you, Josh Donaldson.
Yeah, baby. Come
and
in.
Brian McCann.
B-Mac, welcome back, baby. Welcome home.
So B-Mac is back with the Braves for a 1-year deal, right? And then so is Josh Donaldson. Josh Donaldson paid a good hefty amount.
Yeah,
of
28.
28?
28.
All right, 28. Now, I'm gonna let you go in depth on this topic, but I'm gonna ask you a few questions. I want to know how you feel about him. Right?
All right.
Josh Donaldson, 34 years old.
Yeah.
Do you think he gets injured this year?
No. I think the way they want to run it is they want to, with Camargo still there, had a great season last year, they want to give Donaldson a lot of rest.
Okay.
So it's going to be almost every two or so games, expect Donaldson to be on the bench.
Okay.
And Camargo be playing third. They really want to, almost kind of like a pitcher, how
Yeah.
they have an innings for the year. They're going to have that for Donaldson right now.
Okay.
They want to limit.
So you think he plays like 120 games?
Yeah, I'd say he plays about 120. And then
Okay.
Camargo, for all you Braves fans, the sky is falling with Camargo. No, the GM came out and said that they want to use him as a utility infielder to give Albies more breaks, Swanson more breaks, even Freeman breaks, and throw Donaldson at first and throw Camargo at third. So expect a lot of
You guys got depth,
depth, more rest, and a better playoff push next year.
but you do need pitching though.
We do need pitching, so I wouldn't be surprised if Swanson does take
Get
a
a trade,
hike,
yeah.
and then we bring up we put Camargo there while we still have our shortstop in AAA.
Yeah. Now with Brian McCann, I say he starts about 100 games. Tyler Flowers is still healthy. He still does his thing too. So they gotta get him.
I say that one goes more of a Kirk Suzuki.
So you think half and half,
Flowers,
so like
half and
81
half.
games?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean the contract he signed wasn't too bad. Also Brian McCann's not coming off like the greatest years like he used to have.
No. Yeah.
But he did get a ring with Houston,
did.
and he was a big leader into that. So
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
he's gonna probably be playing the same.
Oh,
role as that.
he's definitely the number one, and I know the city of Atlanta loves him. He was great when he was with us earlier in his career. He was All-Star MVP one of those times, and great catcher. Glad he's back with the good guys.
Very vocal.
Very vocal. I love him to death. Love his family. Welcome back, bud.
So, big news. Not really big news, but hit the free agent market today was Billy Hamilton, the fastest MLB player to ever play.
Yeah.
Now, he declined his arbitration eligibility, so he's straight into free agency. Not known for his bat, known for his fielding. He can track down a ball. He's got a decent arm. It's that speed. So when he does get on base, you can't stop him. He averages like 60 stolen bases a season.
Yeah.
So, who's a team that needs a center fielder bad, or some sort of outfield help? that can afford him because he's going to ask for at least $10 million over that a season.
I mean, Miami needs a lot of help. But I feel like this is a
He doesn't. I don't think he wants to go to a. He wants to go from Cincinnati to Miami.
I don't think unless it's just for money for him.
Man.
And then Miami would shell it out. But I don't know. I think honestly anybody in the NL East besides Atlanta, because we have Gold Glove and CRT.
So you think Philly needs him?
I think whoever doesn't. So the NL East, they're all going for Bryce Harper, and I feel like.
I think Atlanta now is signing Josh Johnson.
No, we're not in the Harper race anymore.
Phillies,
we stood up. Phillies, Nats, and the Mets are all in.
Now I got a good twist for that later on about
for Bryce Harper, and I feel like one of them, the Phillies, most likely will go ahead and get Hamilton, just as a kind of insurance policy if they don't get Harper. They have a good.
Well, I think Hamilton will stay on the market for a minute. Because people are still questioning, like, can he hit? That's the thing. If he has speed and he can hit like D. Gordon can, that's a totally different ballgame. He's off the market quick.
Yeah, and that's why I think Philly. I wouldn't be surprised if the Phillies pick him up because
they have the money.
They have the money, and like I said, they're in the running for Bryce Harper, but I don't see Bryce staying in the NL East.
Okay.
And so I think they'll turn around and get Hamilton.
All right. So my twist to that is the Mariners have talked to the Phillies about giving them Gene Segura, who's a shortstop, right? And if that happens, Manny Machado is for sure not signing with the Phillies.
No.
So that means by default, maybe they go after Bryce Harper, or with the Gene Segura trade, maybe they're like, we need to go with something a little bit lighter on money and go with Billy Hamilton.
Yeah, that's.
And I'm saying that's what happens, and I say Bryce Harper stays with Nats. I think off of only a 1-year contract.
I say Bryce is gone. I don't see Bryce staying in the NL East.
We'll find out probably in I'm gonna say I give it another month.
Yeah, I think he's just relaxing, trying to really figure out all his options. But yeah, I think we're both in agreement that the Phillies do take Hamilton.
Yeah. So today I was going through my Instagram, right, and I see a post on there from Trevor Bauer.
The one that Bregman?
No. This one's even worse. I think this is low on him, and it's on his own teammate, saying, "I did better than Kluber," and showed stats of the season. And Kluber owned him in innings pitched. Kluber had over 200 innings pitched. I think Bauer had 180 something. Bauer beat him in ERA with a 2.26. Kluber had a 2.86. And then the Ks per 9, I think Kluber had I think it was 7 or 9, and Bauer was at 11. Of course, Bauer beat him in strikeouts, but wins and losses, Kluber took that one. So, but the comment all in all said, "Look, I had a better season than Kluber," and I feel like that is I get it. He might be playing around and stuff like that, and hopefully Kluber and him talk. I mean, they have to. They're teammates. Hopefully they were okay with that. But me as a fan of Kluber, even though I'm not an Indians fan, but a fan of Kluber, I think that's super disrespectful. And Trevor Bauer just had his first great season. He didn't he was under 4 ERA for the first time ever. He pitched over 150 innings for one time, while Kluber's been doing that for the past 6 seasons. And you want to come out and say that? I get it. You're probably joking around, but at the same time, that to me, and if I was the GM, I'd be like, you know what? That's really disrespectful to our ace and stuff like that. And if you're going to act like that towards the rest of the players, I'm going to talk to you about it. If you keep it up, I'm letting you go.
See, now I like it. I think he was just joking around.
Well, of course. I honestly feel like he was.
I think he was joking around, and I think that, who knows, it may breed competition between him and Kluber.
There's no competition for
there
Kluber
is none,
on the team.
But it may give Bauer that extra, false sense of competition, and then you have 2 people playing lights out, and then
I don't like Bauer. I think that's just it for me. I just don't like him. The way he talks to Bregman started that, stuff like that. He just likes to start beef. When honestly, this is the first season he can back it up.
Hey, maybe he's feeling confident.
If he does not do well next season, I'm going to laugh all over his Instagram page.
I don't mind it. Maybe I think he's just feeling confident, and confidence sometimes does breed success. So
All right, so now we got Brewers cutting their ties with Scope, which I agree.
Yeah.
Because he did nothing there.
No.
Mike Mustak is staying there, which is good, or considering it.
Yeah.
Which I think is a better deal for the Brewers because he actually performed how he was supposed to. Scope went from Baltimore to there, and it was just like, I don't feel like playing second base.
Yeah.
He just didn't do anything. Which, I mean, now that means he's a free agent.
Yeah, but the thing is, you come off you do that for a playoff contender who had a really good
Yeah, they had a good run.
good run in the playoffs. To that, I mean, you're looking at. I don't see another playoff contender wanting that. Unless
I can.
But I don't see anybody wanting a starter.
I think he doesn't get the money that he wants.
He won't get the money. He won't get the playing time unless he goes to like a Cincy or a Miami.
I say he goes to Miami. I say he plays there with Starlin Castro.
I could see. I mean, Miami's. I feel like Miami's kind of almost like a junior college for the MLB. You have problems at one big team. You go down to Miami. You fix yourself. Then you go back.
I feel like
boys.
I feel like Miami could pull a Vegas Golden Knights kind of season if they really do. A whole bunch of like kind of like
misfits
and just somehow like, you know what, I was underappreciated there. Kick them in their teeth.
Yeah.
So I can see that happening, but not for a while.
Yeah, it's also Miami, and so I don't see that happening.
Hopefully Derek Jeter can turn things around there. So I mean, they got rid of the home run celebration tower. I'm really upset about that.
I'm not.
Why? That was cool to watch.
Yeah, but
instead of just fireworks, you had a swordfish with a whole bunch of colors going on. You know, that's what Miami's about.
Yeah, and I think that was a problem. That's what they were about. They're about showmanship and flamboyancy. They
got 2 rings. They have 2 more rings than what my Mariners have.
Yeah, but they just got into the whole showmanship recently, though.
The stadium's ridiculous.
Recently, they just got into showmanship, and I think they need to get away from that and go back to
playing
baseball.
in the Dolphins stadium.
Playing baseball again, and not worry about attractions and.
True. Well, that's what happens when your owner of the team previously was a art gallery person.
Yeah, and I think it hurt him. I mean,
but he got them 2 rings. He did.
Yeah, but then he changed the whole complexity of the team, and they went from playing baseball to playing in a art gallery. And
but here's also the thing. So Disney used to own the Angels, right?
Yeah.
Disney got the Angels a World Series ring in 2003. Then they changed GM to an actual just a regular owner. They haven't done anything since.
Yeah, but Disney runs the world.
I don't think Disney knew what they were doing. They're just like, hey, they hired a GM. They're like, do good things.
Nah, see, Disney runs the world, man. So they put a guy that knew what he was doing.
So that's the Illuminati, basically.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm fully. I mean, Disney owns.
I'm going there on Sunday.
Watch out. Disney owns ESPN, ABC, a bunch of other.
Well, I get that. So they're watching us right now?
Yeah, dude.
They don't own YouTube.
They don't yet. It's coming.
They don't own it yet.
It's coming.
I'm hoping YouTube doesn't fall for that.
Disney runs the world, dude. I'm telling you.
All right, so we already talked about Bryce Harper possibly going back to the Nets. I see it. You don't really. See it. I think if anything, it's just a 1-year contract.
And even then, I feel like they wouldn't get the Bryce that.
True. He would be like, I'm so tired of being here. I get it, but I don't know. I'm so excited for this. I want to see where Machado and Harper go, and then once that's cleared out of the way, I want to see what teams do to like adjust.
There's gonna be you hear it here first. Like, let's be the first one to tell you this. After Harper and Machado are off the board,
okay,
expect a lot of trades and moves, and it's going to be a hectic. Yep. I want to say it's going to be a hectic.
Winter meetings is going to be super exciting.
It's going to be hectic, and I'm going to love it every minute of it.
And then we already talked about Gene Segura possibly going to the Phillies. If that happens, Manny Machado is not signing there because they have too much there.
Oh yeah,
they have Scott Kingery and Michael Franco and all that stuff. So another big thing that I didn't write down in my notes, I should have, but congrats to Adrian Beltre.
Yeah, great
on
career.
Retiring.
Great career.
He brought smiles to baseball every time he played, to his teammates, to the owners, to other teams, and to the fans. I mean, Mariners had him. He was great. Just don't touch the top of his head for whatever reason. Elvis Andrews, don't do that. You learned your lessons many times, but you kept doing it. So
at that point, it was just.
I thought it was hilarious.
It was a fun time. I'm gonna miss him. I'm going to miss the antics.
Yep.
But well-deserved retirement.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And honestly, that's how baseball needs to be played.
Yeah.
The way, the enthusiasm and...
The fun.
Yeah, baseball, any sport. If you're playing any sport, even football, you got to have fun. You're getting paid to play a sport that you grew up playing on.
Yeah.
And it's a hobby.
Yeah.
And you're saying, hey, I'm getting paid millions of dollars for a hobby. What is there not to love about every second that you're in that moment, you know?
Oh, yeah, I completely agree. And as we're talking about retirements, congrats, Coach Paul Johnson, Georgia Tech head coach, Navy head coach, Georgia Southern head coach. 40 years.
He was around the block.
40 years.
I'm not saying like he needs to go. He needs to go play some golf.
He loves golf.
That's what I'm saying.
He's gone.
He needs to enter PGA tournaments now.
I mean, he's great coach. I mean, the triple option. When you think triple option, you think Paul Johnson. I mean, great guy, great coach. Really cared about the players, and all the best.
I loved him when he was at Navy.
And now
he still had that triple option. At Navy.
Yeah. Now the only problem is
who fills that spot?
Tech. Who we getting? let me know.
Who fills that spot for Georgia Tech?
I know we want Tony Elliott, the assistant offensive coordinator at Clemson, but also the Chargers OC Ken Wisenhunt, who played at Tech, is a Tech son.
I don't know about
He's
that.
interviewing for the job on Monday.
I don't know about that.
So I don't know how I feel about Ken Wisenhunt, but Tony Elliott,
I like it
come on over, bud.
because he's already been around the ACC for a minute.
Yeah,
so
he knows what's going on.
Might as well do it. So congrats to those two. That's pretty much all the topics we have tonight. I don't know, you got anything up your sleeves there?
Just stay tuned for some Urban Meyer updates, because rumors that he might be stepping down. I know him and the AD of Ohio State tried to squash him, but you know what they say, where there's smoke, there's fire. So
Kareem Hunt knows that.
Yeah, Kareem Hunt knows a lot about that.
Well, on that note, we hope you all have a lovely Friday and a great weekend. It's about to be December 1st tomorrow, so 25 Days of Christmas starts tomorrow.
That's true.
On Hallmark.
So
watch Christmas movies.
For all your Year Without Santa Claus. That's my favorite, with the Miser Brothers.
I think the best ones for me is Home Alone.
Oh, those are good too.
Home Alone has always been my go-to. Or, I don't know why, it's not really a Christmas movie, but like Monsters, Inc.
I can see it.
It's just like, there's a scene, okay, hopefully we don't get copyrights from Disney. I'm just saying this movie is phenomenal. And there's a scene where that little girl is like there at the house for the first time. She like laughs and then just passes out. I'm like, I want to do that so bad right now. I have like a fire going. I got the candle going. It smells good. I'm warm and cozy and just, and done. Done for the day, you know? And by the way, a shout out to the Revs. What are we calling this place again? I forgot. I'm so sorry.
At Home Sports Studio.
At Home Sports Studio. It smells amazing in here.
That's all to the producer of the show / my wife, Emma.
It smells like chocolate bars and like coffee and cake. Like it's sweet, but it's like that toasty. Like if you get a s'more.
Yeah, it's all to Emma. She's the ones that make the house what it is. I'm the one that destroys it. So.
Well, you haven't destroyed it yet. It smells delicious in here.
No, thank you.
And by the way, that's not copyright from Brian Wilson.
No.
But I will one day have a beard like that.
Hey.
I will one day.
Soon.
I'm hoping so, but it needs to grow first. That's the thing. So back to you guys at the fans. Thank you again for tuning in for this week's podcast. Hope you guys have a lovely weekend. Like we said, stay dry for all you people in Southern California. It's supposed to rain pretty hard tomorrow, and that's my shout out from the Bear.
Yeah, and remember, guys, check out Big Zay Mac, and for the NFL lovers, we'll be posting a NFL Pick'em show probably about an hour after this one posts. So stay tuned for that.
All right, guys, have a good evening.
See you guys later.